September 8, 2024. And this feeling I had about like a prophecy, something that I felt should come, and but I didn't really had it. Last time I was talking, it had not come really through, more than the spirit was talking. And I answer someone today. It was like TikTok, I think. And it's an old woman over 80 years old. And she belonged to this, it's called the Eastern Pearl. And it's from Asia. If it's China, it's coming from. And she belonged to there, but Swedish. And she said that those people that walk to people that can talk to dead people, they know, they got some knowledge about that person that come to them, and that is true, that they can tell you about your father or your mother or whatever it is that have passed away, and you understand that it's true what they are saying about those things, about passed away loved ones in your life. And then they can come in, demons that can tell you things that is a lie. And this is the woman that said these things. And you believe it that because they have tell you that things that was true from the beginning, so you believe in everything they say. And I of course I go angry at this woman, because she talked to many people about that. So it's like Christian against New Age. And she said that it's demons that talk to you. And that I don't go angry at her. But what she is saying is that you should not listen to who am talking to you from heaven. You block the door to communicate with people that are with God, people that have already been accepted to come into afterlife, and they see this planet, they see everything what's going on, so they can help you and tell you what you should do or not to do. And they have done that to me since year 2000. It was not so much communication in the beginning, because we didn't know each other. I had not been in any church more than in like baptism, and I have not been in any marriage, but some this ordinary thing they do in the church. That I have been, but I have not been a Christian. I was only signed in. When I baptized, I was signed in into Lutheran Church, and everyone that was born in that time when I was born and up to, I don't remember if it was 98, like that, the Lutheran Church lost its control over Swedish people. But before that, everyone was written into Lutheran Church. So I thought I was a Lutheran Christian girl. But it have come into to be not true. It's a lie. It's a big lie placed on people from the Lutheran Church. That's the way the war can be in different way than only to have weapon and an airplane coming with bombs and these things. There is many sorts of killing, and the killing from the Lutheran Church is that you don't know where you belong. You don't know from your ancestors where they come from, and the LDS church, the Moon Church, doesn't want you to know more than 5 generations. And that's, I have talked about it before, that is Joseph Smith's time when he lived here. And they tried now to cut it. So it is only 5 generations you get hold on. And the Jewish doesn't want either that we should do our DNA, because it shows fake Jewish their DNA, and they have showing false paper, and they get lots of money to come and live in Israel, and they are not real Jewish people, and they don't want the DNA to tell that they lie. They are thieves of titles, and so there is many kind of killing and destroy. The war is going on with the DNA, and I felt like I needed to do one more DNA test, because the first in 2016 I felt like it was to be hurry, something I needed to do it very fast. And so when I come from Israel 2016, I didn't have any money to do that, but I took all the money I had, and then I was hoping that the food I had in my home should last until I got retirement again. And so I bought it very quick. As soon as I stepped on Swedish soil, I sent my DNA, send the money to Ireland, was it, and did my DNA, and it's come the result that the Jewish in my my ancestors that was Jewish, they were working for the Swedish royal family, and they got titles. They be a noble's family, and then they marry into the royal family. So I am. I have connection with the whole European royal family in my DNA, and then now when I got the new DNA test, it was just now with this week. I told you that I should tell you what was going on with the DNA. And now when I get the DNA, I only get, like I told you from the beginning, it's only 5 generations that they give me. So it will last, it will be like Joseph Smith was like a god that started the whole thing here on this planet. And they believe and talk about Jesus. And that we, and then one man that hold this priesthood in my church, he showed me a paper. I was to his home first when I be a member. They flirting with me so I should be a member of the church. But I was already, I have the plan already for the church, because God showed me what to do with the church. It was no missionary that took me to the church. It was God that took me to the church, because I should know this lies that was coming up. So the first DNA result was the true one, and it was the whole generation down to Adam and Eve, and everything was okay. But now, today, it changed. So it's only you can only see in 5 generations if you don't search very, very hard and deep and pay much money to could open books. So that was true what I felt, why I should be hurried to do my DNA. And so it come true. But this was only something I wanted to say because I wanted to tell you. I told you that I should tell you when my DNA result come. And it shows only 5 generations. But I have already the real DNA test from 2016. And today I check out the map over of my city, Helsingborg. And I was thinking, where should I travel? Because it was, we had a beautiful summer day. It was almost too hot. But when I sit on my scooter, it's be like a wind. And it was sometimes wind that coming. So it was okay because I had my cap on my head. So I'm sorry, I gasping. So I took the cap on so the sun should not do harm to my brain. So I was okay. And then I was thinking I should drive to my doctor place, the health clinic, and that is on the other side of the city. This is a big city. I think it's almost 200,000 in population. And so I started to drive, and I knew that where my doctor, the health clinic, is it some sort of cafe, so I could eat there. And I am not so happy in coffee, but drink something and eat, and then go home. And because I didn't know how it looked like and how to go there, so I was thinking I should do that. And it's often for me that it changed what I should do, because I am open to change, to take another direction if something coming up that is of interest. So I drive, and then suddenly I knew I had read it somewhere, but I was thinking that it was ongoing, because when go to the other place, to go on the other side of the city, there is a railway track, and there is like a short tunnel to drive under to come to the other side. And there was work, lots of work. Those that had bicycle, they could come through, but I didn't want to take the risk to drive on it was not covering on the ground, it was rough, so I didn't want to go there, and I had time to change the plan. And so I tried to drive around the tunnel that they were on their way to work on and make. And but it will take until winter before I can drive there, so I don't do that. But then, because I drive there, I have to change the direction. I had check out the map where to go, and then I couldn't use the map. So I drive, and it felt like heaven wanted to tell me something by block me from to go there in the tunnel, because I drive on the side, on the railway track, on the side of it, to find somewhere where I can drive under or over the railway track. And so I come very away from the place where I should go. And then, to my surprise, I come to the cemetery, the biggest cemetery, the graveyard. And I was thinking I had been there, but in that time I was there, I didn't know so much about the DNA. And when coming back home, I saw that I was there just before I had my accident. I was walking, and but it was in that time when I was inside the cemetery. I drive with my scooter, but I had been there before when I was walking also, and it was someone that helped me to open the door to drive in with the scooter, and I asked her that I heard in the morning that it should be a Jewish graveyard, a Jewish place in the cemetery. And she said, yeah, and she checked out it with her telephone. And she said it's a Muslim place also. They are together, Jewish and Muslim. And that sounds very strange for me. But I didn't say anything. And she said where I should drive my scooter to come to the Jewish graveyard. And it was wrong where she told me to go. But I knew that this is what I need to do as soon as there is coming up nice days, because tomorrow it start to rain, and it's maybe raining in 3-4 days. But then I can go there and check it out, because I didn't find the Jewish cemetery. And those Jewish people on Facebook, they say there is no cemetery in Sweden for Jewish, and Jewish people was not in Sweden, and they don't know, or else they don't want to know it. I don't know what's going on, but I don't care, because I know now about where I'm going, and that's what I felt. It's coming a big task to do, and on Wednesday I'm going to. I don't know if I have told you in the last episode, but on Wednesday I'm going to, in the evening, go on a dinner, and then there is a man coming, and he's going to talk about how the Danish Jews came over to Sweden. I can see Denmark from where I am here in the city, and it's only a ferry we need to do. It takes about 50 minutes to come to Denmark from the harbor, and I believe that there was some people that tried to do swimming over, because it's not so far away, and then the Swedish people helped them to come over to our city with their boats, and I don't know, but next time I'm talking when I next time I'm recording, I will tell you what he was talking about. But I have told you that my ancestor didn't come so much from East Europe. My ancestors on my mother's side, they come from Germany, they come from Russia, and they come from Ukraine. And that's why it's hard when you don't know where you're coming from to make a decision about the war that is going on between Russia and Ukraine, because I can't say anything about it, because I belong to both Ukraine and Russia in my DNA, and my ancestors have lived and been born in Ukraine, but also in Russia. So when knowing where you're coming from, there is no take a stand for war. We should, because we are the same people, we should not let those leaders talking about war and destroy things, destroy the historic places. This is so crazy. I am I'm against war. I'm against political things, because we are the same. We are coming from the same places from the beginning. And the religion is Abraham religions. And so once we were the same, and then suddenly we split up in different religions. And now when I have been around and check out the religions, I am not a religion person. Even if I am Jewish now, I know I am Jewish. That doesn't mean anything for me, more than I know where I'm coming from. But it have nothing with religion to do. It have nothing with the political things to do. I am thankful that I come to know that I am Jewish and nothing else. But I was like coming into the prison of Lutheran Church. That was their policy. Jewish people couldn't move around as they wanted when the Lutheran Church hold everything. And you know the Lutheran Church is a Catholic church. They are together. So it's only crazy to believe in those belief system there is. We should take care of our business by ourselves. We should try to find out who we are by ourselves. We should take care of us and try to reach God. And today I have a man that is close to me, and sisters. He lives in my city, but he was sending me a map where the Jewish cemetery are here in our city. and I almost start to cry, because I know for really sure this is what I was called to do, to find out about the Jewish roots I have. And it's on its way to start to come true, everything. And then today, before I started to recording, I was thinking about that woman. It was a woman that come in the night in year about 2005, just after I have coming back from United States. And she wake me up in the night, and I saw her, and I have talked about her, that she was over, it was lots of people around her, but she was much, much taller than them. It was like they carry her. And she looked like a woman, but she didn't really look like a human. She was like a glass and transparent. But I could see it was a woman. And she said to me, "Seek who I am." She told me that. And in that moment, 2005, I have not so much education from heaven like I have today. But so I didn't know what to think about it. And I was hoping that I should come to know her and could answer her about seek who I am. And then it was like, she have like a gem, a stone in her forehead, and it was dark blue. And it was like I was going into that stone in her forehead. And I come into another dimension. And but it was empty. It was only dark blue inside there. And then I wake up. But I had her in my brain. I have remember her the all these years. And then in 2018, when I get hypnosis, I come up to heaven, and she was sitting outside heaven. It was doors on the wall where she sit. And I asked her if I could come into heaven, and she accepted. And she said that it's only to go into that door, she told me. And she didn't look like a woman, but the form of her was like a woman. But she was was energy. She was a streaming energy. But I heard her talking, so I opened that door where she say I should go in, and I come into heaven. So she sit outside heaven. So that's what I had to do, was to seek who she is. And now I cheat a little, because I tell you who she is. But I think you need to know it by heart. You can't only say that I say that to you. You need to find this to be true in your heart. You can't take a shortcut. I can give you hints, and I did it now, but you need to confirm it and bring it into your heart, that this is 100% and more true, what I hear. It's not me to do it. But it started to come this very big, hard forces that it's take me to the Jewish again. And but as I am a woman, the Jewish man doesn't accept me, and I am not. I can't marry anyone because I'm old. I don't give children to those men, so I am not accepted. So I need to. I know I need to be on my own for the rest of my life, and coming back to heaven and tell God that no one wanted to walk with me. Some people understood it was true, but they didn't they didn't take action of it, because the church have lied for them, that they can only sit in the church and take in what the pastor is saying, but doesn't need to do anything to connect with heaven. That they believe that the pastor take the connection with God, and I can tell you, there is no pastor in the church that can give you that. That is a work you have to do on your own. So it started to come to be. It's so special that I didn't know anything, and then they told me in Jerusalem 2016 to do my DNA. And to my surprise, I was Jewish on both sides of my parents. I had no clue. I should have laughed if you had told me that before I did the DNA. I never thought that. But they told me. They told me from heaven. No one told me here on earth. It was they in heaven that told me. So this is what on its way to happen. And I'm going to tell you what I hear from the meeting with the man that talk about the Danish Jewish. And of course I have lots of Danish as ancestors, because the Jewish was only married Jewish. That's why my parents was Jewish. My mother was not allowed from her father to marry someone that was not Jewish. My mother had four sisters, but my mother told me that her father had eyes on her. She was the one that should represent the family. because there was 2 boys. One in the beginning and one was the last one that was born. But they were weak. They were not strong like my mother was. And her father thought he only accepted Jewish to marry his daughter. I never come to know my grandfather because he had passed away when I was born. So thank you for listening, and we'll see next time what more I have to tell you about this with the Jewish people in Sweden. You know that I was to the school about the Jewish people that come to Sweden. And that was before I should go to Israel. I was to the school and learned me about Jewish tradition and what was going on here in Sweden to bring with me, but it was not for Israel. It was to have more knowledge. And I ask now, I'm going to bring with me some stones to the graveyards, and I will see if I should lay some rocks on the graves of my Jewish ancestors that are there. Of course I know they are not there in the grave because they are in heaven. But that's a tradition way to do it. So thank you and God bless you.